This is a 75-minute flow class. We're going to be flowing quite a bit here today. And we're going to be focusing on the Vishudda Chakra, which is all to do with communication and rhythm and harmony. This is a really interesting chakra. I think this is my favorite one and the one that I've researched and learnt the most about. So I'm really excited to lead you through this today. Because we're going to be flowing quite a bit, I'm going to be talking to you more about the Vishudda Chakra at the end, where we're going to be in seated poses and in a more sort of calm situation, and in Shavasana, obviously, where we can talk a little bit more. For now, just be aware that this chakra is very much to do with communication, and not just the way that we speak, but the way that we listen, the way that we communicate, in even what we wear, and even how we do our hair, and in the way that we communicate with our energy that we throw out, whether we speak really quickly and very loudly, or whether we're much calmer and slower. And this chakra is also very much to do with harmony and vibrations and rhythm. So there might be times of the day when we are usually much softer and slower, and there might be other times of the day when we tend to pick up and have more energy. So that even the rhythm that we have within our day and how we communicate with the world with different vibrations. Okay, let's start, and I'm going to make that sound a lot more practical and doable and understandable as we go through the sequence. I want you please to begin on hands and knees. So place your hands with your index fingers pointing forwards at the top of your mat, and bring your big toes together. Round your back so that you come into cat pose. And on your next inhalation, come into a back bend. So lift up your sitting bones and raise your chin. Exhale, round your back. And again, as you inhale, do the back bend. Raise your chin, lift up your sitting bones. One more exhalation and rounding of the spine for cat pose. And inhale, come into the back bend, raise your sitting bones and look forwards. Now slowly start to sit down onto your heels, coming into child's pose, bringing your forehead to the floor. Stay here in child's pose. As you slightly constrict the back of your throat, cultivating, bringing into practice the rhythm of Ujjayi breathing. Just a very small constriction in the back of the throat so that you're able to feel the breath rasping down your throat as you inhale, and as you exhale again, that clear feeling of breath. Come to that rhythm, the rhythm of the breath, connected to the rhythm of your heartbeat, all the rhythms of your body. About 3 more breaths here. Now on your next inhalation, raise your head off the floor, look towards your hands, pick up your seat, move your heart forward, separate your feet, tuck your toes under, lift up your knees and go into downward facing dog. Our sequence today is going to consist of 3 poses linked and then repeated, and then another 3 poses linked and then repeated, cultivating harmony within the body and the breath, a predictable rhythm as you open your body, strengthen your joints, very aware of the throat area where this chakra resides, the area of communication, where the thyroid gland is located, where we're aware of energy, of adrenaline, of spark. And the way that we communicate and project ourselves to others and to ourselves and our relationship with the universe. From here, come forward into plank.
Be strong in your plank. Raise your throat away from the floor. Draw your shoulders towards your feet. Lift your navel up towards your spine and squeeze your legs. Come back into child's pose. Bring your knees to the floor. Big toes touch side by side and sink back down onto your heels. Now raise your head. Come back into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, press back. Inhale, come forward into plank. Back into child's pose. Bring your knees to the floor, big toes touch and sit onto your heels. Inhale, raise your chest, tuck your toes under, and as you exhale, go back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, bring your knees down, go back into child's pose. Stay here for one more inhalation. And as you exhale, pick up your head, tuck your toes under, go back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, knees down, straight back into child's pose. Inhale, raise your head, tuck your toes under, and as you exhale, go back to downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, come forward into plank. Bring your knees down, exhale, go into child's pose. Inhale, pick up your head, tuck your toes under. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Now as you inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, walk your feet forward and come into Uttanasana at the top of the mat. And then pause here. Use this as a moment of reflection, of pausity. A space between events. And yet a space just as important as those events themselves. Lift up your sitting bones. Be aware of the position of your head here. Make sure that your head is easy and that your neck is loose, your throat open. Now bend your knees, bring your arms out to the side, come all the way up to standing as you press your heels down. Bring your hands together overhead and look at your hands. Exhale, bring your hands down in towards your heart. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side. And as you exhale, fold forward again, back to Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your chest, look up. Exhale, fold back into Uttanasana, stay here. Inhale again, raise your chest and look up. And as you exhale again, fold Uttanasana. One more time. Inhale, raise your chest, look up, squeeze your legs. Exhale, fold back into Uttanasana. Stay here as you inhale. And as you exhale, walk back into plank. Now, bring your knees down to the floor and come all the way down to the floor. Drag your hands back a little bit more towards your waist. Before we continue with that rhythmic rhythm of moving with half breaths, we're going to focus a little bit on upward facing dog. Squeeze your legs really strongly and press all of your toenails down. Lift the inner thighs up towards the ceiling so that your little toenails come down more towards the floor. Squeeze your legs and then come up into cobra, keeping your pubic bone on the floor. Raise your chin, open your throat, and press your shoulders back towards your feet behind you. Now, coming into upward facing dog, push down through your hands, straighten your arms as you pick up your legs and your pubic bone so your feet are on the floor. Press your shoulders back towards your feet. And then slide your feet forward, foot by foot, just a little bit more so you bring your pelvis more towards the front of your mat. Keep squeezing your legs, keep pressing down through the outside edges of your feet. 3, this is upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. 2, 1. Now come back down again, bring your thighs down, come back into cobra, a very different pose with your elbows bent, your thighs, your pubic bone on the floor. Then go back to downward facing dog, so tuck your toes under, lift up and press back. So I'm going to be giving upward facing dog as a possible element instead of cobra in your sun salutations. Do it if you want. If your lower back doesn't like it, don't do it. Stick with cobra with your thighs and your pubic bone on the floor. Now put a little bend in your knees and look forward. And then walk your feet forward to the top of the mat again. Raise your chest for Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Squeeze your legs. Press your feet towards each other. Bend your knees, bring your arms out to the side, come up to standing. Bring your hands together again. Look at your hands. Open your throat. And then bring your hands down into your heart and look forward. Okay, 3 sun salutations. Inhale, bring your arms up. As you exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your chest, look forward. Exhale, walk back into plank. Inhale here in plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale, bring your knees to the floor, pick up your feet, cross your ankles, come part way down. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, bring your feet down to the floor. Now bring your pubic bone down, stay in cobra, or push your hands into the floor and come up into upward facing dog. 3, 2, 1. Now tuck your toes under. Whatever you're doing, lift up, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. And exhale slowly. Inhale, squeeze your arms. Exhale, push down through the base of your index fingers. Inhale, lift up your sitting bones. Exhale, press your heels down. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step your right foot, then your left foot, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, raise your chest, look forward. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Bend your knees, come up to standing. Push your heels down, bring your navel to your spine. Bring your hands together. Exhale, bring your hands down in towards your heart. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back into plank. Inhale here in plank. Exhale, Chaturanga, legs straight or bring your knees down like before, cross your ankles, come part way down. Inhale, bring your feet down to the floor, curl up into cobra or slide your hands back a little bit, come into upward facing dog. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Press your tailbone long away from your feet. Keep your breathing steady, long, smooth. Keep that slight constriction, that little tightening in the back of your throat. Feel your breath. Notice its rhythm. Lengthen it to a comfortable cadence, a comfortable length. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step your left foot, then your right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, raise your chest, look up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Come to standing, bend your knees, arms out to the side, come all the way up. Bring your hands together and down into your heart. Bring your hands to your hips. Good. Now bring your hands into your imaginary jeans pockets behind you. Squeeze your legs together, so step your feet together if they are apart. And then press your hands down like you're searching for something in the base of the pockets. Squeeze your shoulders onto your back, raise your chest, look slightly up, coming into a standing back bend. Keep pressing your feet towards each other. And as you press your bottom down, press your tailbone down towards your heels, raise your heart and open your throat. Now look forwards. Chin parallel to the floor, come up to a normal standing position. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Lengthen your index fingers so that they're pointing and the other fingers stay clasped. Press your fingers down towards the floor and again, standing back bend, raise your chest, slightly raise your chin and squeeze your arms really strongly as you press your fingers down towards the floor. 3, squeeze your legs really strong. 2, bring your navel into your spine. 1,
Then come all the way back up, release your hands. Bring your left arm overhead. Bring your right arm out to the side. Turn that right thumb down. Bring the right arm up. Bend the left hand. Grab fingers or grab your t-shirt. So we're not using the belt today because it's too much kerfuffle and we're doing vinyasa and I don't want to think about props here. Keep knitting your lower ribs together. Squeeze your legs. Do this best you can. Keep nudging the right shoulder back. Bring your left arm behind your head. Then release this. Bring your right arm up. Left arm out to the side. Turn the thumb down. Bring this left arm up. High, high, high. You can even kind of throw it up. And then clasp, grab, whatever you can. Don't grab your hair. That's really uncomfortable. Just grab your clothes. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Press your tailbone down so you lengthen down your lower back. Make sure your head is loose. You're not tightening in your neck. 3, 2, 1. Now release your arms. Interlace your hands behind the back of your head. Rest your head into your hands. Bring your elbows back. Again, open your throat. Raise your chin. Squeeze your elbows back. Knit your lower ribs. 3, 2, 1. Now look forwards. Bring both your arms up overhead. Bend your knees and touch the floor. Do this really slowly because we're coming into a forward fold having done a lot of back bend. So your lower back is going to protest a little bit here. Bend your knees and drape your belly over your thighs. Hang your head. Now from here, maybe bring your legs a little straighter. Come to Ardha Uttanasana and look forwards. Then take a big step back with your left foot to the back of the mat. Land the foot as lightly as you can. Bring your back knee down. Bring your hands to your hips, coming into a low lunge. Anjaneyasana legs. Press your front foot to your back knee. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Now bring your hands together, down into your heart. Inhale here, and then twist towards the right. Bring your elbow on your thigh or to the outside. So your left elbow is on your right leg. That's it. Bring your navel into your spine. Legs strong. Bring your throat back. Look up a little bit more to the ceiling if your neck allows. Look down. Release your hands. Touch down either side of your right foot. Pick up your back knee and step forwards. Inhale, raise your chest. Look up, feet together. And then bend your knees, bring your thighs into contact with your belly. Pick up your right leg, reach back, step back, bring the back knee down. Bring your hands to your hips, squeeze your legs, come up. Bring your arms up overhead. Look at your hands, open your throat, bring your hands together. Bring your hands into your heart. Inhale here, exhale, twist the other way. Right elbow on your left thigh. Spin your fingers to your throat. Press your shoulders to your back knee. Strong legs, strong belly as you twist. Open your throat. Bring your throat back. Look down at the floor. Touch down and step your back foot forward again. Inhale, raise your chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Raise your chest again, Ardha Uttanasana. Bend both of your knees and again step back with your left foot. Bring your knee down to the floor. This time bring your arms out to the side and straight up. Look up, bring your hands together. Now bring your hands down into your heart. Inhale here. And again as you exhale, twist towards the right. Spin your fingers to your throat. Draw your shoulders to your back foot. Make sure your back toes are tucked under so that now when you inhale, you can pick your back leg up off the floor. Squeeze your bottom. Keep pressing the right buttock in and back towards the back foot. Squeeze that back leg a little straighter. Good. Now bring the back knee back down again. Bring your arms back up overhead again. Turn your chest forward, untwisting. Reach up, bring your hands together. Look at your hands. And then look at your front foot. Look down, touch down, and step the back foot forward. So pick up your back knee. Step that left foot to the front of the mat again. Ardha Uttanasana, raise your chest. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Inhale, raise your chest up again. And as you exhale, step the right foot back. Bring the knee down. Inhale, arms out to the side. Separate your fingers. Bring your arms all the way up. Now bring your hands together. Bring them down to your heart. Inhale. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Bring your head back, your throat back. Fingers to throat. Shoulders to the back knee. Drag that back knee forward to the front foot and press that front foot back. Now pick up your back leg, pushing that back foot down. Squeeze that back leg, that right knee really straight and strong. Now slowly bring that back knee back down again. And as you inhale, separate your hands and come back up with your chest facing forwards. Reach up, stretch up. Look at your hands again. Bring your hands together. Then bring them down to your heart. Look at your front foot, touch down, and then step the back foot forward. Feet together, raise your chest, look up, bent knees are fine. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, raise your chest, look up again. And then walk back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, knees down if you need to. Pick up your feet, cross your ankles, come part way down. Inhale, curl up into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, walk or step your left foot, then your right to the top of the mat. Inhale, raise your chest, look up. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, raise your chest, look up again. And as you exhale, walk back into downward facing dog. Bring your feet together in down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. And as you exhale, bring it back down to the floor next to the left foot. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, place it down next to the right foot. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Pause, stay here, squeeze your legs strong. Inhale, push both heels away from you, lengthen your legs. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose. Go back again. Inhale, three-legged dog, push with both heels. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. One more time. Inhale, stretch, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Now round your back even more. Pick the foot up higher. Come to your right fingertips. Step your right foot in between your hands. Crescent warrior. Bring your arms ahead of you. Firm your abs. Bring your arms all the way up. Interlace your hands behind your head. Raise your chin, bring your elbows back, open your throat. Squeeze the back leg really strong. Press your feet towards each other. Now keep looking up and stretch your hands towards the ceiling. Straighten your arms. Now bring your hands to your hips and step your back foot forward about 30 centimeters. Bring the back heel down. Square your chest. Bring the left ribs forward. Squeeze your bottom really strongly. Now bring your navel in towards your spine and fold forward, bringing your hands just below your knee, arms straight, raise your chest. Keep pushing down through the inner front foot, the base of the big toe all the way to the inner heel. Really push down. Squeeze both legs strong, both kneecaps tight. Now keeping this chest parallel to the floor, so don't fold forward. Bring your left hand onto that left shin, more around. Pull the skin up, bring your right arm out to the side. Squeeze your bottom, bring your navel into your spine, and then twist. Bring your right arm up. Pavrita Trikonasana. Well done, that's it.
Now bring your right hand back down again. Bend your right knee, touch the floor either side of your front foot, and step back into downward facing dog. So pick up the back heel, walk back to the full length of down dog, and press your chest back. Bring your 2 feet together. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Back to 3-legged dog. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch back again. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Now pause, stay here, round your back, get further away from the floor, and then step your left foot in between your hands. Bring your arms out to the side, come up into crescent warrior. Reach up, stretch up. Interlace your hands, the non-dominant clasp. Place them behind the back of your head. Rest the weight of your head into your hands as you squeeze your back leg strong. Raise your chin. Now stretch your arms straight again. Bring your hands together. Look at your hands. Now bring your hands onto your hips. Step your back foot forward, again about 30 centimeters. Bring the back heel down. Make sure that back foot is at a strong angle. The toes turned at about 30 degrees. Turn your chest square to the front of the mat. Then from here, bring your navel to your spine, fold forwards. Bring your hands just below your knee. Squeeze your legs so strongly, if I tried to move your kneecaps, I wouldn't have a hope. Move your chest forward as you press your left buttock in and back towards your back foot. Keep your right hand where it is. Maybe turn it a little bit more so the thumb comes around the outside of your left shin. Bring your left arm out to the side and then pivot around your spine as you draw both shoulders towards your back foot. Bring your throat back, twist, Parivrtta Trikonasana again. 3, keep moving your left buttock to your back heel. 2, squeeze your bottom. 1. Now bring that left hand down, bend your left knee, touch down, and go back to downward facing dog. Step back. Now for the vinyasa. Inhale, come forward to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, knees down or straight legs. Inhale, curl up into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use this to rest, but make it a good pose. Squeeze your arms strong. Squeeze your legs. Get your breath back. That slight constriction in your throat for Ujjayi breath. Finish this exhalation. Inhale deeply, bend your knees and look forward. And either walk or step your right foot, then your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, raise your chest, look up. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, raise your chest, look up again. And then please step back into downward facing dog. Bring your 2 feet together. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. As you exhale, step that foot in between your hands. Step your back foot forward about 30 centimeters and bring the back heel down. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up, coming into Virabhadrasana 1, a very short one. The back knee is forward a little bit, sorry, the back foot is forward a little bit, so the front knee isn't having to bend a lot. Now bring your hands onto your hips, straighten your front leg. Inhale, bring just your left arm up. Bring your left ribs forward, your right ribs back, and as you exhale, bring your left hand just below your right knee. Bring your right arm out to the side. Twisted triangle pose again, Parivrtta Trikonasana. Turn your chest towards the right as you lift your arm up. 3, bring your navel into your spine. 2, bring your head slightly back. Well done. Pull your hand up on your leg. 1, good. Now bend that front knee, look down, touch down, go back into downward facing dog, pick up the back heel, step back, stretch back. Notice the left and the right side of your body, how they're feeling a little different. Then bring your 2 feet together. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands, so knee to nose, and then all the way forward. Bring your back foot forward just a little bit. Back heel down. Arms out to the side. Warrior 1. Variation. Variation being that this is a very short pose. Bring your hands together, look up, pierce the ceiling. Bring your right ribs forward. Now look forwards, bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your left leg. Bring your right arm up. Keep moving the right ribs forward, even the right hip forward. And then lean forward. Bring your navel to your spine. Bring your right hand just below your knee. Pull the skin up. Keep your chest parallel to the floor. Squeeze your legs, left arm out to the side. Twisted triangle pose. Push down through your back foot. Keep pressing the left buttock in. Turn. Bring your navel in. Bring your throat back. Reach up with that top hand and push down with both of your feet. Now bring your left hand onto your left leg. Look down, bend that front knee, touch down with your hands and go back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, legs straight or knees bent. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Now just for a moment here, child's pose with your eyes open. So bring your knees down, big toes together, arms outstretched towards the front of the mat. Really reach your hands forward. Bring your forehead to the floor and rest. Keep your breathing steady. Inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Keep that rhythm going. Two more breaths like this. Now as you inhale, raise your head, look forward towards your hands, and exhale, downward facing dog. So pick up your seat, tuck toes, and press back. Bring your 2 feet together again. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step your foot in between your hands. Warrior 2, bring your back heel down. Lift up your left arm, raise it over your head, bring your right arm up. Virabhadrasana 2. Lengthen your stance, bring your back foot back a little bit, arrange your legs, and then stretch your hands away from each other. Coming into Warrior 2. Now turn your front palm up, reverse your warrior. Look at your hand, your right hand, as you bring your left hand onto your back leg. Reach up, stretch up, open your throat. Keep the right knee bent. Now go back into Warrior 2 and then side angle pose. Bend the right elbow, turn the palm up, turn your back palm up and bring that left arm over your ear as you press both of your shoulders towards your back foot. 3, keep breathing deeply. 2, 1. Now come back into Warrior 2. Pick up your arms, bring your torso again perpendicular to the floor. And then downward facing dog. So look down, pick up your back heel, touch down, and stretch back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Well done, guys. Make sure your head is loose. You've positioned your hands really well. Push down through the soft, mushy base of your thumbs. Good. Now bring your feet together. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. And as you exhale, step that foot in between your hands. Bring your back heel down, come up again into Warrior 2. Bring your arms all the way up, stretch. Check your front knee. Yes. Reverse your warrior, look at your left hand, turn the palm up. Slide your right hand towards your back foot. Keep looking at your top hand. Yeah, normally I ask you to look down in this pose, but look up for this chakra to open your throat. Come back into Warrior 2.
Side angle pose, bend your left elbow, lightly rest the center of the forearm on your leg, turn your back palm up, reach, breathe into the right body. Come back into warrior two. Good, strong legs. Downward facing dog, look down, pick up your back heel, direct the right hip forward and step back. Inhale, come forward into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, bring your knees down if you need to, pick up your ankles, come part way down. Cobra or upward facing dog, bring your feet down to the floor, curl up. And then downward facing dog, lift up, press back. Bring your 2 feet together. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. As you exhale, step that foot in between your hands. Back heel down. Inhale, come up into warrior two. Turn your front palm up and reverse your warrior, look up. Inhale, reach up, keep bending that front knee. And as you exhale, come straight into side angle pose. Inhale, stay here, straighten your back leg. And as you exhale, come back into warrior two. Inhale, stretch your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your 2 feet together. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Bring your back heel down. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 2. Stay here as you exhale. Inhale, turn your front palm up. Reverse your warrior as you stretch your back hand down. Look at your top hand, that's it. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, back into warrior two. Side angle pose. Inhale here. Exhale, back to warrior two. Downward facing dog, touch down, step back. So the rhythm is pretty fast here, faster than we normally do. But you guys are good, you're keeping up, you're managing it. Remember in vinyasa, the poses are very often not perfect. We don't have time to arrange them to gorgeousness. That's okay, as long as you're keeping safe. This is more about the rhythm, the harmony, the movement, the flow, the fun element. We're building heat here. We're not looking for perfect alignment. Bring your knees down to the floor and come back into child's pose. Again, arms outstretched by the sides of your ears. Bring your forehead down to the floor. Come back to your ujjayi breathing. Don't lose that here. Keep it consistent, strong and steady. Now on your next inhalation, raise your head, look towards your hands. As you exhale, come into downward facing dog. Pick up your seat, tuck your toes, press back. Inhale, come forward into plank. Bring your knees down to the floor and come all the way down. Bring your hands back a little bit more towards your waist rather than under your shoulders. Make sure that your fingers are all pointing forwards. And then move your hands a little bit more to the outside edges of your mat. So you've got a wider base for Cobra here. Now bring your legs together and squeeze your thighs. Press your hands down strongly and peel your throat, your chest, your upper belly off the floor as you press your shoulders towards each other on your back and keep squeezing your legs strong. Now come all the way back down. Inhale here, and as you exhale, come back up again. Inhale, go down, and as you exhale, come up. Inhale, go down. So this is a little bit counter to how we normally come into the pose. Exhale, come up. You're coming up on the exhalation. Inhale, go down, and exhale, come up. Stay here, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Now come all the way down
and rest. So bring your hands underneath your forehead and rest your forehead on your hands as you relax all the muscles on your back body. Soften around your shoulders, your neck. Really rest the weight of your head into your hands so that your neck can soften and release. Now raise your head for Makrasana, crocodile pose. Bring your elbows to the floor, either sides of your head. Bring your forehead down to the floor and interlace your fingers behind the back of your head, like you've been doing in some other poses today, standing and in low lunges. Widen your elbows a little further away from each other. Squeeze your legs. Bring your legs together. Pick up your throat, your face, your elbows, your chest, maybe a little bit more, and then pick up your legs, elbows up towards the ceiling. Press your head into your hands. Press your hands back into your head. 3, 2, come up a little bit higher if you can. 1, and then again release, rest, bring the other hand on top, bring your forehead to the floor and stay. Soften your shoulders and your neck as much as you can, releasing and softening in response to the tightening and the effort in the previous pose. And think of this as a pose in its own right. So a little bit like Shavasana, really resting, but keep your eyes open. Then, rest time over, raise your head and lengthen your arms long ahead of you. Palms facing each other, little fingers on the floor. Bring your legs together, full Shalabhasana, full locust pose. Bring your navel into your spine so your abdominal muscles engage. Squeeze your legs. Now press your hands down and pick your legs up. Pick up your throat. Slightly raise your chin, look at your hands, and then pick up your hands. Like you're going down the tube in a water slide. 3, 2, pick up everything a little bit more. 1, and then come into downward facing dog. Bring your hands by your ribs, separate your feet, tuck your toes under, lift up, press back. That was a surprise. Press your chest towards your thighs. Couple more breaths here. Firm the front body, knit the lower ribs, lengthen your back. Well done. Now inhale, come forward into plank. Bring your knees down to the floor and come all the way down. Bring your hands back by the sides of your waist. Bring your hands a little further out to the sides of the mat. Curl up into cobra. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Bring your chest, your belly all the way down to the floor. Interlace your hands behind the back of your head. Makrasana, cobra pose. Bring your elbows up, legs up. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Now keep your legs as they are. Outstretch your hands. Come into Shalabhasana on the water slide again. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Bring your thumbs a little higher. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Hands by your ribs. Lift up. Press back. Breathe deeply. Breathe completely. Now bring your knees down to the floor and again come into child's pose. This child's pose, bring your hands by the sides of your feet with your palms facing up. Rest your shoulders. Rest everything. And as you stay here resting, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this Vishudda Chakra before we come into our next sequence. So a person with a balanced and healthy throat chakra is authentic, communicates clearly and truthfully. They listen well and express feelings with love and compassion. They maintain stable relationships.
The throat chakra is referred to as the cornucopia center, the place of overflowing abundance. And as we grow in love and acceptance, this is relating to the previous chakra, the heart chakra, we realize the abundance we already have, which attracts more abundance and good fortune. And we surrender our personal will to what is. We make wise choices, we speak our truth, and we keep our word. So it's very much about your expression, the communication between your individual spirit and the spirit of the universe. As you stay here a little longer, I want to tell you that this chakra is also very much about harmony and our perception of harmony and our amazing perception of rhythm. Our ears are the most unbelievably adaptable and finely tuned instruments. When we listen to an orchestra, each instrument playing its own individual piece, and yet always in the beat and in the harmony with the rest of the orchestra. You can tell when one instrument in the background is slightly offbeat. In the way that when you listen to a car engine, you can tell if something's misaligned. When a child is breathing and they're not very well, you can tell the jagged movements of the breath, that something is misaligned. And even our understanding of speech and language, when someone is speaking a language that isn't their native language, from their accent, from their rhythm, from their tone, you can immediately tell this. And even within our own native language, the tone, for example, when we say the words, I love you, can be, I love you, I love you, I love you. All of those 3 sentences, 3 phrases conveying very different messages just through a slight change in tone. Now please come back into downward facing dog. So place your hands underneath your shoulders, separate your feet, lift up, press back. Downward facing dog. Now bring your knees down to the floor and come up into a high kneeling position right in the center of your mat, so that you've got the long lengths of the mat to the left and the right sides of you. Bring your hands to your hips. Well done, guys. So we were slowing down a little bit here. You've worked really hard. I can see you washing yourself off with a towel. Now bring your right leg beside you. So you might need to scooch a little bit over to the left so you've got space for your right foot to be on the floor. Good. And then bring your left fingertips down to the floor. You're going to keep this arm straight, this left arm straight. If you want to bring the hand flat, please feel free. Now turn your chest and bring the back of your head slightly back and slightly drop your chin towards your chest so that the front and the back and the sides of your neck are even. You're not leaning back or forwards. Now stretch your right arm over your ear like you do in side angle pose. And then turn your head up to look more towards the ceiling as you push your right foot down and raise your hips up. Now bring that top hand back onto your hip. Come all the way back up, so raise your chest, inhale, come up. Bring both hands onto your hips. Bring your knees back to each other. Coming into Virasana. Bring your hands onto the floor, bring your hands onto your calf muscles and press down with your hands so that you separate your calf muscles. And then drag your hands back and sit in between your heels. Now, if that's not going to work for you today, please feel free to sit onto your heels like this. But if you can sit in Virasana, then do. Now bring your hands onto your legs, palms facing down. Raise your chest. Bring your left arm up. Bring your right arm out to the side. Turn the thumb down. Gomukhasana. Just like you did right at the beginning of our sequence. Press your shoulders towards each other. Maybe there's a little bit more space there now. Space within your shoulders and less space between your fingers. Press your tailbone down towards the floor. And then separate your hands. Bring your hands back down onto your legs. Nice. Come back up into a high kneeling position. Bring your knees together. Bring your left leg out to the side. Right fingertips down to the floor or flat hand. And then reach that left arm straight. Turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling. Make sure that the crown of your head feels like it's in line with the rest of your spine and your tailbone. You're not moving forwards or back as you reach and lengthen that left side of your body. Now bring that left arm up, come all the way back up. Bring your hands to your hips, bring your knees together. And then again, Virasana or Vajrasana. So if you're going to do Virasana, slightly separate your knees, bring your hands onto your calf muscles, smash them down, press them down so that you have got a bit more space to sit. Bring your hands onto your legs, bring your shoulders back. Good. So I'm going to do it on the other side now. Bring the left arm up. So your right arm up, sorry, I'm mirroring you. Left arm out to the side, turn the thumb down, and then bend both elbows, reach behind you, see how this is going. Can you turn your head? Make sure that you can, so you're not overreaching, over grasping. Just enough for this pose to open your chest. Slightly raise your chin. Grab your clothes, grab whatever you can, press your tailbone down. And then release your hands. Come back into Vajrasana or Virasana, palms down. Raise your chest, shoulders back. Now, walk ahead of you. So move your weight forward, walk your hands forward, and go back into downward facing dog. This is our last down dog of the sequence. Stretch back. Bring your knees down to the floor. Sit back onto your heels. Bring your bottom over to one side. Stretch your legs long, Dandasana. Bring your hands to either sides of your hips. Bring your shoulders back and raise your chest. Nice. Now bend your right leg and bring the sole of your foot into your inner thigh. Move your bottom back a bit here with your hands. Inhale here as you bring your arms up. Exhale, turn your chest to face your left foot. Inhale, get a little bit more length in your spine. And as you exhale, start to rock forward, hinge forward from your hips and grab either sides of your shin or your ankle or perhaps your foot. When you've reached, inhale, raise your chest, look up again. Stay up, look at your toes. And then possibly bend your elbows, bringing your elbows up towards the ceiling. Come down a little bit more. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, raise your chest, look forward. And as you exhale, come down. And then you're going to stay here for a few more breaths. Janu Shirshasana, keep squeezing that left leg strong. Keep your breathing in Ujjayi, so keep the rhythm of the deep inhalations and exhalations, that slight tightening in the back of your throat. Keep moving your chest forward as you squeeze your legs strong. Keep pressing the left buttock in. Now as you inhale, come again halfway up. And as you exhale, release the pose. Bring your right hand on the floor behind you. We're going to do Stargazer. Turn the fingers out towards the right. Reach your left arm up. Pick up your hips, bring the sole of your left foot to the floor. And again, that side bend. Bring the left arm over your left ear and reach. Now bring your bottom back down towards the floor. Keep the left leg as it is. If it's gone out a little bit to the left, bring it so that it's directed straight forward. Now pick up the right leg and we're going to cross it over like this. We've been doing quite a lot of this over the last couple of weeks. I think this is a really good way to open up the outside of the hip. We're putting a little bit more stretch in this left leg as well. Bring your hands to the floor either side of your legs. Inhale, raise your chest. Now slightly squeeze your bottom here as you maybe fold forward. However far that may be, it may be 0.5 centimeter. And then inhale, raise your chest, look up, come out of the pose slightly. And as you exhale, experiment with maybe coming down again a little bit more. Keep squeezing your bottom and keep the left leg really engaged. Show me the sole of this left foot. One more time. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep closing this right knee joint. Keep pressing this foot down and back in towards your left hip. Stay here. A few more breaths. Now inhale, come all the way up. Lengthen the right leg long. Come back to Dandasana. And then bend your left leg. Janu Shirshasana on this side. Strong right leg. Keep the kneecap up. Bring your arms up. Turn your chest. Keep looking at the right foot. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Grab what you can. And as you inhale, raise your chest up again. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, come up again. Now stay here. Have you already reached your limit of the stretch, or could you maybe walk your hands forward? You listen to the feedback that your body is giving you. Either stay in that first depth or perhaps come a little deeper. And then when you're ready with this pose, inhale, raise your chest up. And as you exhale, fold. Keep moving the left ribs forward towards your right big toe. Rounding your back here is fine, but keep your abdominal muscles engaged. Now as you inhale, come halfway up. And as you exhale, come all the way up. Bring your left hand onto the floor behind you. Turn the fingers a little over to the left. Reach your right arm up. Come into Stargazer. Bring that right foot down. Reach your arm long. Really pick up your pelvis. Keep pushing whatever is on the floor down so that you can reach up more with your hips and stretch and lengthen the right side of your body. And then slowly come back down. Align your right leg straight. Pick up the left leg. Shoelace. Keep squeezing the knee close throughout this pose. That's sort of the background hum. Keep pressing this foot in towards your hip. Bring your hands to your knee. Come up. And then possibly come forward a little bit to that point where your body says, okay, that's enough. And then come up again, lengthen your spine, raise your chest. And possibly come forward, maybe bring your hands down to the floor. Really push your hands down strongly if they're coming down, like a sort of counter resistance. Keep squeezing the straight leg strong, come up again. And as you exhale, fold and stay here. Keep that left knee closed. Keep stretching the right leg strong. Ways to balance this chakra other than doing yoga asana, yoga poses. Avoid gossip. One way to do that is to
ascertain, would the person that is being spoken about be happy to be here and listen to what we're saying? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Use your voice. Sing in the shower. Sing anywhere. Read poetry out loud to yourself, to other people. Sing, join a choir. Chant mantras. Practice listening. Listen to audiobooks. Practice not interrupting. Play charades. Record your voice and listen to it without judgment. Trust your inner voice in making tough decisions. Know all the computations of a problem and explore them. Now from here, raise your chest, firm your abs to help push yourself up. Bring your hands to the floor behind you, or use your hands to help pick up that left leg, straighten it long. And then turn sitting in the middle of your mat with your knees bent, bring your elbows down, bring your back, your shoulders, bring everything down, and draw your knees in towards your shoulders, like upside down child's pose. Press the back of your head down and slightly raise your chin. And then move a little bit to the left and the right so you can press the muscles either sides of your spine. Just do a couple more of those and stay there. Now bring your feet down to the floor. For bridge pose, make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips so your feet aren't too far away and your toes are all pointing forwards. Press your elbows down and draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Then as you push your feet down, pick up your bottom, pick up your pelvis, interlace your fingers underneath your back. Bring your arms closer to each other under your body and press your heels towards your knuckles and bring your seat up a little bit higher. Keep pressing your inner thighs towards each other. And then release your hands. Release your shoulders, let them separate. Bring your spine down, ending with your tailbone. Now, roll over onto your right side and come up again into a seated position. I know that's tough because you were thinking we were going to come into Shavasana. We are going to, but first, sit cross-legged and bring your hands onto your legs. Close your eyes down. A 1-minute seated meditation, focusing on sounds. So sit tall. Try and sit in a very balanced position, so neither forward nor back. Bring your throat slightly back. Be now aware of the noises that are closest to you. Be very interested in the sounds that are near to you, or what feel like are near to you. Then bring your attention to sounds in the middle distance. Listen to the quality of the sound, the timbre, the frequency. There might even feel like there's a color or a texture to it. And then listen for the sounds that are furthest away from you. Reach for them in a comfortable way. And then listen to all the sounds as an orchestra. Perhaps picking out one individual sound at a time,
and then moving to another. Now finish this focused attention onto sound and come into Shavasana. Open your eyes just enough so that you can guide yourself all the way down. Do this really kindly. If you've got a towel, you want to put it under your head or an eye pillow or anything that's comfortable. If you want to take a quick drink of water before you come down, do. Lengthen your legs long down the mat. And rest. And as you come into Shavasana, listen to these words and then listen to the sounds and the silence around you. This was said by George Leonard, who wrote a lovely book about sound. I'll put that, I'll let you know what that book is after this, after the class. He says, at the heart of each of us, whatever our imperfections, there exists a silent pulse of perfect rhythm, a complex of waveforms and resonances which is absolutely individual and unique, and yet which connects us to everything in the universe. The act of getting in touch with this pulse can transform our personal experience and in some way alter the world around us. Feel the weight of your head. Let your neck, your shoulders, your arms and your hands soften. Rest here, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out by ringing the bells. Please bend your knees one leg at a time and roll over onto your right side. Spend a few moments here noticing your breathing. You might even notice your heartbeat. Be aware of the rhythms of your body, the movement of your thoughts, the waves of your emotions. Then please press down with your left hand and your right hand. Bring yourself up into a seated position. Cross your legs, sit tall, close your eyes, slightly lower your chin. Now bring your hands into your heart and make sure that your chin makes contact with your fingertips. Lengthen the back of your neck. Really feel that touch of your hands to your chin. Now release your hands and bring them down onto your legs, palms facing down. Gently press down. Raise your chin. Open your eyes. Namaste. Well done.